Let's quickly have a conversation about how to create and run an evergreen webinar. See, the whole thing is when we talk about webinars, you have different types of webinars. You have evergreen webinars, you have news webinars, you have topical webinars. But into this conversation, I want to talk about evergreen webinars. So here's the overview I really want you to pay attention to. You need to understand your job is to generate leads. Your job is to generate revenue day in, day out, month in, month out, quarter in, quarter out. So the best strategy to do this is to create an evergreen webinar. So what is an evergreen webinar? Let's just talk about that quickly. An automated or evergreen webinar is a pre-recorded video that looks and feels like a live webinar, but runs continuously in fixed time slots. Okay, think about that. So they appear like regular live webinars to your audience and contain user engagement features like polls, quizzes, live comments, and emoticons. And the thing here is that your audience signs up for automated webinars like any live webinar and chooses its preferred time slot to attend your session. So once the automated webinar begins, it plays in real time so your viewers cannot skip sections or watch the parts they have missed. So this cycle keeps repeating itself, which means what? The same automated webinar keeps playing for new subscribers in their chosen time slots. This is a keyword here, chosen time slots. Okay. And so what we have seen in our research is that marketers and small business owners and online entrepreneurs, they use evergreen webinars to automate their lead generation, user engagement, and sales processes. It allows them to free up time and get nearly all the benefits of a live webinar without presenting it themselves. So this is really good. Now, by the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a wonderful pleasure to have you here today. And so the whole thing is when we talk about evergreen webinar, how do those evergreen webinar funnels work? Well, evergreen webinar funnels are a series of landing pages, recorded webinars, and email campaigns that work on autopilot to convert traffic into leads and customers for your online business. And webinar funnels typically start from a landing page. So you have a landing page that pitches your webinar and converts visitors into webinar attendees through a registration form. So you can actually get all the data. So once an attendee signs up for your evergreen webinar event, he or she starts getting automated emails on predefined conditions, because this is kind of cool. So here is the approach I want you to really think about. So before we actually think about how to create the webinar itself, I just want to quickly talk to you about the benefits of using automated or evergreen webinars. So when you think about it, evergreen webinars, they free up your time, right? Because hosting a webinar is really, really, really time consuming when you really think about it, because first you got to spend hours preparing and finalizing your presentation and script. And God forbid something happen, if you're sick or you're not in a good mood, you're having a bad day, that just can be very complicated. So first you got to prepare, spend hours and hours and hours preparing and finalizing your presentation and script. Then you need to ensure that you have the necessary tools and tech resources to run your webinar. And finally, you need to present the webinar live, engage with your audience, and respond to their questions. Plus, you need to do a ton of work after the event to ensure your hard work doesn't go in vain. So it's really draining. So evergreen webinars save all that time and give you back hundreds of hours in the long run. You only need to record your webinar once, and then you automate the rest of the process to use the same content repeatedly at any stage of your marketing funnel. By the way, I want to quickly remind you I want to tell you again to this conversation, because I'm trying to contextualize the discussion here. So we're talking about how to create and run an evergreen webinar. So evergreen webinars, they free up your time. You have optimized production costs. This is really important also, okay? Because evergreen webinars drastically reduce your content production costs, because you only need to record your webinar once. After that, you can place its recording on a landing page to drive countless leads, engagement, and conversions for your business. It's highly scalable, okay? You have polished content and high quality videos, and you have a higher attendance. More people watch automated webinars than live sessions. Why? Because a live webinar happens only once. So people from other time zones usually don't make it. And even those in the same time zone miss out because of other commitments. But with evergreen and automated webinars, the viewer can choose the time slots that works for them. As a result, they are likely to show up when your session starts. So here is a review I really want you to pay attention to. And again, I'm trying to help you make the decision here. So let's quickly do a compare and contrast between live webinars and evergreen webinars. So it's really important to understand that before discussing evergreen webinars in more detail, let's quickly do this comparative analysis. So live webinars are among the most effective ways to engage your audience and persuade them to buy your offer, right? It's live. They love that because they allow you to communicate directly with your viewers and constantly or immediately respond to their questions. That's cool. Let me give you an example. So let's say you are hosting a Q&A session or interviewing an influencer and inviting questions from your audience. Hosting a live webinar makes more sense in that situation. Live webinars are also ideal for selling, let's say, high-ticket educational programs, customized software solutions, and consultancy services. But they require more time and resources, and you must prepare well for every live webinar to deliver flawless content. Remember, your audience is just checking you out all the time. They are checking you out. They're seeing the quality of your presentation, the quality of your delivery, the quality of your product, the quality of your service. They are checking you out all the time. So you are under stress. You are under constant scrutiny. In comparison, automated or evergreen webinars are ideal. They really ideal for lead generation and selling low, mid-ticket digital products and online courses on autopilot. That's a keyword, autopilot. And evergreen webinars, they actually address the most common questions of your audience and allow you to provide them with an engaging webinar experience without dedicating your time. Okay, and you can use those questions at the top or at the middle of the funnel for sharing presentations, for example. You can do product demos, or you can answer frequently asked questions. You can fully automate your evergreen webinar funnel, allowing you to generate leads and sales for online courses while you spend time on higher value activities. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So you can do lead generation at scale. You can try to have evergreen webinar for low to mid ticket product sales. You can actually use evergreen webinars to also upsell and cross sell. You can do affiliate marketing. You can do SaaS product demos. You can do customer onboarding. So you have a constellation of things you can do with evergreen webinars, a constellation of use cases. Now, here are the steps I want you to really follow if you want to create and run an evergreen, aka automated webinar. Okay, so first you need to finalize your goal. So you got to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve with your evergreen webinar? Got to think about that, right? You can't just go in there and just be like and have a blank mind. No. So why should anyone sign up for your webinar? What problem does it solve? You got to really be clear about the problem that you are solving. I mean, you're a problem solver. You're a solutions provider. What kind of solutions are you providing? What kind of pain point your audience has? Okay. And what value does it offer? What value does your webinar offer? What do you want your audience to do after watching your webinar? What's the CTA? What's the next step? Where does the webinar fit in your overall webinar funnel? Okay, you must answer these questions to create an effective evergreen webinar, because your webinar can have any of the following goals. You can try to build your email list. You can grow your brand authority. You can generate leads for a premium course. You can sell a low, mid-tier products. Okay, so being clear about your goal is critical because it determines your webinar content, topic, tone, and where it fits in the overall scheme of things. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic once again, because I'm trying to contextualize the conversation. So I'm speaking to you about how to create and run an evergreen webinar, how to create and run an automated webinar. So number one, finalize your goal. Be clear about your goal. You want to elucidate your goal. Number two, you want to choose your topic. Okay, so if you're doing a lead generation or brand building webinar, never focus on your products. Never do that. Never focus on your product. Instead, you want to target a core problem of your audience that your product solves. Okay, you want to position yourself as a solutions provider. You want to look at the pain points and you want to provide a solution for that. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are generating leads for an email marketing tool with automated webinars. You want to create a webinar on building an email strategy or writing winning subject lines. As a rule of thumb, your webinar should be valuable even if you sell it as a standalone product. Okay, this can only happen if you pack it with value instead of selling your offer. The third step I want you to really follow here is to structure your webinar. So here we are speaking about the skeleton of your webinar, the foundation, the fulcrum of your webinar, okay? The outline of your webinar. So structuring your automated webinar is critical. You need to understand how long your introductions will go, how much time you will spend discussing, let's say, the core topic, and when you will pitch your offer. Because remember, when we have a webinar, you're going to have the primary topic, and you're going to have a secondary topics, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So we have the core topic and the ancillary topics. Okay, generally you should cover your main topic, benefit-driven content, for let's say 80% or 75% of the session, and dedicate 20% of your webinar to pitching your offer, 20% or 25%. Okay, so number 1, finalize your goal. Number 2, you want to choose your topic. Number 3, you need to structure your webinar. Number 4, I want you to write now. You need to write your webinar script. See, the whole thing here is that you're not trying to really have a webinar and your audience realizes that you're stuttering, like you're having blanks, you're just blanking here and there. No. This is unprofessional. You want to really have things more structured. So a script will help you out, because the script allows you to stay on track during your webinar and focus on the most critical points in your presentation. Ideally, you should have a detailed script that covers most of the content you want to present. But even if you don't go for a word-by-word script, you want to highlight the key sections of your webinar and you want to list the main points you want to cover in them, right? Also, you want to add timestamps to your script so that you know precisely when to cover a topic in your webinar. This is very important, okay? And this will help you a lot. Let me give you an example. You can have let me give you an example with when it comes to a webinar with timestamps. You can say, well, introduction, 0 to 2 minutes. Section 1, 2 minutes to 10 minutes. Section 2, 10 minutes to 25 minutes. Section 3, 25 minutes to 30 minutes. Okay, and sales pitch plus offer, 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Okay, that way you are really clear that, and don't forget the CTA too though. And you can also talk about the conclusion, 40 minutes to 41 minutes. That way you have a clear idea of you have a chronological roadmap, a chronological GPS that allows you to stay on track. The next thing I want you to do here is to actually record your webinar. See, the whole thing here is that your webinar, you can have a wonderful topic. You can have the best shape ever. But if you're not able to be there on D-Day and perform and record your webinar in a very professional manner, then this could be a problem. Now, when we talk about recording, we're speaking about 3 things. Okay, recording your webinar, there are 3 things you need to pay attention to. So number 1, you got to think about your physical condition, your voice, your presentation, your allure, the way you look on camera. Do you look good? Do you look healthy? Are you smiling? Are you confident? Okay. Does your voice show authority? Does your voice show assertiveness? You got to think about all this sort of what we call like chronobiological elements. Those are really important. That's number 1. Number 2, do you have the right equipment? Like things like recording software. I mean, recording, let's say the camera, okay, the mic, software, audio software, all these things are kind of important. So technology should be there too. And the third element of this trifecta is your knowledge about the topic. In other words, can you talk about the topic? Do you understand? Have you thought about, have you practiced, have you rehearsed your presentation? Those are important elements, okay? And what I want to say here is that when we talk about those elements, we're not talking about this trifecta is really important because, you know, and the thing is all these 3 things should happen at once. And the thing is, you got to talk about your webinar should be engaging, right? So you got to have things like recording software. You got to think about things that like Zoom or Loom. You got to think about your camera. You got to think about your screen. There are a lot of things. But yeah, when we talk about recording your webinar, think about this trifecta. Number 6, you want to edit your webinar video. Okay, now if you are not really comfortable with or you're not proficient at doing it, just outsource the whole thing. But you want to spend time to actually edit your video so that the final product comes out wonderfully. Okay, this is really, really important. Do not underestimate the importance of video edition, because video editing rather, because all your work, if the outcome is just kind of crappy, this will really turn off your audience. So this is very important to think about that. Here is a winner strategy for you. So when we talk about having an evergreen webinar, you got to think about a few strategies, and a few tools will help you actually get there. Okay. So once you have recorded your video, your webinar video, you need to set up your automated webinar funnel to drive signups, serve your content, and convert your viewers into customers, right? To do that, you'll need to use a webinar automation tool that manages the following. So webinar delivery, landing pages, funnels, and email marketing. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a few players that actually will help you out when it comes to making sure you have the best evergreen webinar tools out there. So we have Ever Webinar, we have ClickFunnels, we have Easy Webinar, we have Big Marker, and we have Live Webinar. So let's first quickly talk about them. So Ever Webinar is among the best webinar automation tools created specifically for evergreen webinars. It comes packed with automation features like funnels. You have landing pages, you have email marketing, SMS marketing, and audience engagement features. Fantastic. You also have ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is among the best marketing automation tools in the world, and the tool allows you to set up fully automated online businesses using the power of marketing funnels. Okay, it is not really ClickFunnels is not a dedicated webinar tool, but the tool offers webinar funnels and landing pages using tools that can help you automate your webinar delivery and get all the benefits of evergreen webinars. And then you have Easy Webinar, which is another excellent webinar platform with dedicated evergreen webinar features, so you can use it to offer evergreen and on-demand webinars and create a fully automated funnel that includes registration and thank you pages. It doesn't have email marketing features, but the tool integrates with all the leading email automation solutions to help you drive customer engagement. You also have Big Marker, which is a world-class virtual events platform with automated webinar management features, and we love the high-quality audience engagement features and the video quality of Big Marker. Last but not the least, we have a Live Webinar. So Live Webinar actually offers live and automated webinar management features that allow you to set up evergreen webinar funnels and generate leads on autopilot. So we love the autopilot side of things. So you really just set it up and just go to sleep, and you'll keep generating leads and revenue. Okay. And Live Webinar actually offers landing page templates, registration forms, and various audience engagement features to make your webinars more effective. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to create and run an evergreen webinar. So number one, so I gave you an overview of the whole topic. I explained to you what an evergreen webinar is and how evergreen webinar funnels work. Then I gave you the approach you need to follow. I did a little bit of review, okay? And so here are the steps you need to follow if you want to create and run an evergreen webinar. So step number one, you want to finalize your goal. Number two, you want to choose your topic. Number three, you want to structure your webinar. Number four, you want to write your webinar script. Number five, you want to record your webinar. And number six, you want to edit your webinar video. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.